We are the education foundation for the St. Vrain Valley, and we run further together.
All right, welcome everyone. My name is Josh Atherton. I'm the Executive Director of the Education Foundation for the St. Vrain Valley. I want to welcome in my guest, Dr. Tina Johnson, who's the CEO of Longmont United Hospital. Tina, welcome.
Thank you, Josh. Pleasure
We're
to be
excited. Yeah, we're excited to have you and really excited about our event coming up. And for those of you who don't know, our event is a virtual event this year. And due to the COVID-19 pandemic, obviously, and we wanted to still have an event where we can raise funds for special needs students in St. Vrain Valley schools and specifically innovation grants for our teachers. And through the innovation of our grants, we're just really hoping that that stems really good ideas and helps our students, because our students are the biggest asset that we have. And so I want to thank Longmont United Hospital for being a sponsor. Dr. Johnson, tell me why this event is important for Longmont United Hospital.
You know, Josh, as you know, we've been engaged with this event for the last several years, and it's important to us because it represents a partnership across nonprofits in contributing and supporting the health and wellness of our community. We know that as an acute care hospital, we often see the most serious end of a health spectrum, if you will. Patients who are sick, who need surgery, who need advanced therapies and treatments here at the hospital. And we know that our primary goal is to provide for those. But our secondary goal, and the one that's probably gets most of us really excited about this, is that we want to keep people as healthy as possible in the community, understanding when they need us, we're here. But what can we do and contribute? That's not our day-to-day work, but it's our work in partnership with organizations like yours to really promote that in the community.
Well, we appreciate that, and thank you. Real quickly, tell me what's going on right now with the hospital, and how have you been dealing with the challenges of the coronavirus for 2019?
Wow, it began months and months ago, obviously, even before we saw our first case of COVID here in the community. All of the preparation, understanding the public health initiatives, understanding internationally what was going on even before it came here so that we could be as prepared as possible. We began having incident commands. We shared data across public health departments and across hospitals in our system to really understand how we could be prepared. Some of the initial tactics were around gaining access to personal protective equipment, getting access to ventilators, medications, but more importantly, I think for our people, really understanding how we could model safe behavior, both in our environment and outside of our environment, because we understand our role is to care for patients when they're sick, but also to promote the health of the individuals in the community. So that's how we started. Then, of course, cases started coming to Longmont and started coming to Longmont United. We did a lot of work around making sure we had control of the access points to the hospital, and we knew if patients or their visitors had symptoms immediately upon entry into the hospital, and we would segregate and provide extra care in the sense of being very protected from transmission of any potential COVID cases. So in truth, we saw cases that were seen in the emergency department and sent home because they were well enough and could then quarantine at home. We saw cases that needed to be admitted to the hospital for supportive care. And we even saw patients who ended up on ventilators in our intensive care unit. But we've overall had great success with caring for the patients that we've had.
How's the hospital doing today? Are you guys back to normal? Probably not back to normal, but how are things going?
Yeah, we used to call our efforts getting back to normalcy, and we realized there's nothing normal about even what we're living through now. We're spending a lot of time educating the community about how safe we are so that when they need us, they come. We would hate to think that patients with chest pain or symptoms of stroke would unduly stay at home because of fear about contracting COVID. We are one of the most safe environments in our community for care. So we want to promote that. At the same time, we're trying to understand how consumers want to get healthcare. So just as you and I are having a virtual discussion right now, we are doing virtual telehealth visits with primary care physicians and specialty physicians. So again, that we can provide care and limit exposure in our day-to-day work. So those are just two examples of things we're doing differently now.
Well, thank you for everything that you and your staff do. I know we talk a lot about our frontline workers, and I can't say enough about our doctors, our nurses, but also custodial staff, support staff in the hospital. Please tell all of your staff, thank you for everything that they're doing on behalf of our community. We really appreciate it.
Oh, they would love to hear that, and they've been feeling very appreciated. We've seen many donations from the community, many events, whether it be flyovers from the airplanes or just demonstrations from the community virtually about support. So we really appreciate what the community has done for our caregivers, and I think they're very proud of standing up to this pandemic.
Yeah, I was going to say that we've had a lot of local small businesses, nonprofits who have come, delivered food for your staff. I've seen on social media, and I think it's important for our hospital staff and our frontline workers to know that they are special and that we all appreciate. A lot of us had the benefit of being at home and getting away from everything, but we need to make sure that we had our hospital staff.
Well, thank you so much. We appreciate the support.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I also wanted to mention everyone, excuse me, that obviously we're going to a virtual race, and it's important that we get as many people registered. I want to let everyone know that 100% of the proceeds for the race actually go back to us supporting St. Vrain students who have special needs and those innovation grants. You can go to sunrisestampede.org, and we'll link it in the video here. Again, that's sunrisestampede.org. Cost is $30. You can also option in for a t-shirt for additional $10. And the great thing about Longmont United Hospital sponsoring this event is they're also paying for the first 200 St. Vrain students to participate in the race. And that includes a t-shirt that has a logo of the hospital on there. And so again, you can go to sunrisestampede.org. If your child is a St. Vrain student, just make sure that you mark on there that they're a St. Vrain student, and make sure that that registration is free. And we're trying to get all of our families to do it. Again, being a virtual race this year is going to be really interesting. And we have a certain date between the 6th and the 8th where you can actually register, you can actually race, and then you can take your race time and actually put it up into our website. And we'll be able to have all the runners on there, their times. Again, this is a race, but it's also a walk too. And so if you want to go walk a 10K with your family, and if you want to do friends, but with proper social distancing, being aware, of course, then do that and take pictures. Hashtag Sunrise Stampede is the social media hashtag that we're using. And we just ask everyone to be involved. And Dr. Johnson, I'm sure a lot of your staff are going to be participating in this, and I'm sure you're going to be participating in this too as well, right?
Oh, I'll be walking, but I will be participating.
You and me both. I know. I haven't quite gotten my running legs underneath me, but we're excited. And again, Dr. Johnson, I really appreciate everything that you all are doing for our community. Appreciate your support on this really important event. We talked about at one time just outright canceling the event, but we felt that this event is even more important today than maybe even was a year ago. And your support for this, given everything that's going on, we greatly appreciate it.
Well, thank you so much, Josh. We appreciate the partnership.
Absolutely. Well, we thank you again, Dr. Johnson. Again, anyone who's watching this, go to sunrisestampede.org. And on behalf of the Education Foundation for the St. Vrain Valley Schools, and Longmont United Hospital, we thank everyone who is supporting this event and wish everyone health and happiness. Thank you very much.
Thank you.